Thanks, Miss Jenny, and your wonderful station for sharing our heritage with us. Today I want to speak about Sir Alexander Bustamante, the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante, national hero, because last Monday was the 136th anniversary of his birth, and there was a function held at the National Heroes Park, a floral tribute to his honor. And I just want to comment on Bustamante in the sense that, and we all said Bustamante, Right Excellent Bustamante is, that he was for labor laws. And why the importance of labor laws? Young people do not know that there was a time in this country where when you worked, your employer agreed a wage, and at the end of the day, you worked, and when you went to collect your money, the employer said, I don't have any to give you. Or there were times when you agreed for a wage and you thought the wage was low, and the employer said to you, take it or leave it. But a story which lingers with me, told to me by my ancestors, and I knew the lady in my district, a very old lady, we called her Sat, and her husband worked on the cane piece in St. Thomas, some 15 miles away, Port Morant. To get there, you have to go through Cornwall Barracks, Comfort Castle, Millbank, and through the Kuna Pass. You're going to pass places like Puss Gap and Lookout, and you're going to go to Hayfield, and then you go down to Bath, and then from Bath, you are going to walk to Port Morant. Now, this little girl went to collect money from her father because he would be away from home for 3 months. And guess what? The employer's dog bit the girl, and she was there crying, blood was oozing, and there was the employer saying to her, girl, shut him out. And the girl's father said in flawless patois to the employer, pay me my money, make me go home. Your dog are for you, me pick me off for me, pay me my money, make me go home. The man was so embarrassed, he was so shocked that he apologized, helped dress the wound, and the reason why perhaps he did that, the man was a very, very good employee. He was a good worker. But boy, stories can happen. Would you believe that that man's daughter, and I knew her, because when I came to Kingston to go to the Michael, she it was who guided me, came over on the market truck and stopped at Torrington Bridge, and I live at 5 Torrington Road. And her mother died in 1960, and she was working with a judge, I won't call his name, and she went home to her mother's funeral. She got 1 day. The labor laws then, there was none. She got 1 day to go and bury her mother. She left Kingston 5 a.m. She reached Port Antonio 9:30. She went up to Moortown for the 3 o'clock funeral. She couldn't get vehicle to return to Kingston. And the missus was going to fire her because she stayed more than a day. And the husband said, who's a judge, don't fire her, because she was a very, very good cook. And he was going to take the chance for another lady to come in and work who was not a good cook. Fate would have it, Miss Jenny, that years later, at an auction show, I bought the antique table from that very house where my cousin, my relative, would have dusted a plantation table. I won't tell you much about it for about a whole heap of money.
So Buster was part of the movement.
Yeah. The labor laws he introduced, that you can see now that all that has changed.
He became prime minister before, during all of that time.
Yes.
What was first, a labor union man or the prime minister?
Union man. He was for the working class. Labor laws. Another time I will tell you about a prime minister, the premier they called him, who changed those educational rules, because it's just 1957 that the masses had access to high school. But that is for another story. That is for assignment, for them to go and investigate who was the person, who was the leader of Jamaica, who allowed the masses to go to high school in 1957.